The Cardinals, if they take Kyler Murray at number 1, which I think is almost everyone's expectation, do the 49ers then get the best player in this draft at number 2?
I think they do, Greeny. I said it all year. If you look at the 49ers situation up front, they had 0 pass rush a few years ago. DeForest Buckner went from 3 sacks to 12 sacks last year. This is a kid really coming on. You make the move to get Dee Ford. Now you add Nick Bosa. All of a sudden, you have transformed your defense, front 7, into a defense that can get after the quarterback and wreak havoc. Warner, really good draft choice last year out of BYU. You had Alexander. All of a sudden, your front 7 overall is so much better than it was a few years ago. So I think Bosa, getting him at 2, fits what the 49ers need to do. And people say, well, they're drafting another defensive lineman. Well, a lot of those defensive linemen, a couple of them, can't get after the quarterback, okay? This guy can, and I think Buckner proved last year he can, and now we know Ford can. That's 3 guys, 3 entities, Greeny, that can get after the quarterback now if they add Nick Bosa.
And if he does go number 2, high as that, I think it also sends a signal that the sitting out of most of the season last year didn't influence the NFL at all. I wonder how that impacts other players in the future to do it. Now, Mel, let's play a little game. We started yesterday with you. It's called Finish the Sentence. Here's the first one. The next best defensive player in this draft is
Quintin Williams, and I think you could make a strong argument. He's the number 1 guy. He hasn't had the injury issues that Nick Bosa's had, but he only had the 1 year of big-time productivity, but it was an awesome year for Nick Saban. This kid destroyed Greeny, destroyed double teams. He hustled down the line and made plays. He tested off the charts. I mean, you talk about running 4.83 at 303 pounds at the combine. Nothing, really, when you look at it, there's nothing that you can say, I'm not excited about Quintin Williams. So I think he's going to be a guy that goes, it's guaranteed in the top 5 and becomes one heck of a player.
He's going to be in our studio a little later this morning, by the way, so we'll talk to him. Next, finish the sentence. We know there isn't a Saquon Barkley in this draft necessarily, but your favorite running back in this year's class is?
Well, I have the number 1 running back is Josh Jacobs. For value and for where you're going to get this kid, my favorite is Myles Sanders, who isn't Saquon Barkley. Nobody really is. Saquon's special. I think Myles Sanders picked up where Barkley left off in terms of production. He's a 211-pound back, ran 4.49, tremendous upper body strength, fast and quick. And what I like about him, he can change direction, make people miss. People say, well, he was contained in some cases. You can't run against a brick wall. And that was the case where that Penn State offensive line always didn't do their job moving defenders off the line. But you give this guy a little crack, he can go the distance. Myles Sanders is a really good running back who will be, I think, a second-round draft choice.
And then finally, let's get back to the quarterbacks because all eyes are always there. Your favorite quarterback in this draft is?
Well, McShay will make you think this guy's a future Hall of Famer for me, but he's a good quarterback. Is Daniel Jones from Duke. He's not a career backup in the NFL. He's going to be a good, solid starting quarterback. It's not just the David Cutcliffe factor. He threw the ball accurately under duress. His arm is good enough, and it will get stronger. He's an athlete. He ran for 186 yards in a game against North Carolina. He's got a basketball background. He's 6'5". He can move, and I like that compact release. And I think the key, though, and I said this, the key is that arm. Once he's in the league, it happened for Peyton Manning, happened for Drew Brees. That arm gets a little stronger 2-3 years down the road. I think he's I wouldn't say a guarantee, but I think it's about a 95% chance Daniel Jones goes in round 1.
Yeah, fascinating to watch that. That's one of the big stories going to next Thursday. So well done, Mel. Thank you very much. As always, we'll see you as we continue to work our way toward Nashville next week. Let me bring it out to the table here. Dan Orlovsky gets in the conversation for the first time. Little known fact about Daniel Jones, by the way. His AAU coach growing up in basketball was?
Jay Billis.
Jay Billis, correct. Nice. They know each other very well. So Jones is a guy that I saw him play against Northwestern multiple times, and he was phenomenal. How good a pro prospect is he in your mind?
On tape, there's a lot of good things. There really is. I actually did the Duke game that he came back this year off his broken collarbone and within like 2 or 3 weeks, so very tough. Reminds me a lot of Alex Smith, where under 15 yards, the ball is going to go where it's supposed to go, when it's supposed to go there. Very accurate. My concerns with him are this. One, I don't know if he'll get better coaching in the NFL than he's gotten at Duke. David Cutcliffe, his head coach, is one of the great offensive minds in football, no matter what level, so that concerns me. And 2, he's such a regimented quarterback. He's such a smart quarterback where A plus B should always equal C in a quarterback's mind. When that doesn't happen for him, there's panic. And then the pocket gets weird, and he makes some really bad decisions in some moments of conflict or panic. That concerns me because he's such a regimented guy. If it doesn't go that way, it's like, what do I do now?
We should break down some tape on him between now and next Thursday for the audience and let you show a little bit of that.
You're seeing it here, Greeny.
You see it right there.
These are those like, what, Coach, you told me A plus B should equal C, and it didn't happen.